Hi, Scruffy. You're early. Ah, you're quiet. So I saw you line up an hour early. So I thought maybe you were hungry. So I thought I'd feed you a little early. Okay, there's a very faint meow. So the sooner you eat, the sooner I can eat. Okay, so I have your meaty pate with, I think it's, the real chicken and tuna. And this is going to be the last of the Diatomaceous Earth for a while. So it's been about a month. So this will be the last dosage. And then, yeah, of course, your kibble. Sound good? I kind of expected you to be more eager since you've been sitting here for a while. Okay, well, I'm going to bring it out. So, open the door, got the plate, and I'm stepping out. And there's that hiss. So I put the food on the table. Bringing out the water. Closing the door. And I'm going to walk past you so I can change the water. Okay. Take your old water out. There's quite a bit left. See, it was a hot day. Put your new water in. Okay. And I'm going to sit in the chair and get the glove on. Need to pet you? You're a little far. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, now he's into it. He's rubbing his tail on my leg. So it was a hot day, but yeah, not as hot as yesterday. So the heat wave looks like it's going to cool down gradually starting from yesterday, but the problem is it looks like not by much, so it's basically going to kind of stay flat for the next 5 days, so it's going to be kind of hot and uncomfortable for the next 5 days, even though it's not as bad as yesterday. So I'm not terribly happy that we're getting, summer weather while it's still spring. Oops. Okay. He's actually really close to me right now. I had to move my legs because he was right under me. So I decided to go for a bike ride late this afternoon. Yeah, the UV index was too high for me to go during the middle of the day. It was 10 out of 10. And it was hot, so didn't want to go. I waited till late afternoon, where the UV index started to get to 5 and it's supposed to quickly go to 4 and 3. But I'm not sure how accurate the forecast is. So I went to my standard place where I bike and wasn't sure how hard I should push myself. So the weather is not going to get any better, at least significantly, in the foreseeable future. So I thought, well, maybe I should just treat it as a normal day and get used to it, or should just take it easy until, if and when it actually does cool down. I'm not sure. So I was debating that my entire ride. And then finally I get to the exposed mountainside, hill climb number 1. And I say, okay, well, let's try it. It's, late afternoon, it's starting to cool down. UV index should be lower now. So I climb it, and I'm sweating, I'm pouring sweat the whole way. And I can feel the sun bearing down, especially when it's behind me, like on my neck. So yeah, it's probably not the right call. So I did the rest of my ride on the more shaded areas. I stayed off the rest of the other really steep hills. So I did my normal hill climbs. And I always bring a water bottle with me, and I usually, on this fairly typical route, I always have a lot of water left over. Today, I didn't actually finish the bottle, but I came pretty close, so it was definitely hotter. It's definitely affecting my performance. Oh, when I entered the park, it was interesting. So at the very beginning of the park, there's a very steep climb. It's a short climb, but it's very steep. It's just, just what it is. I don't think about it too much, but right as I was climbing up it, there were two guys running together, and they were pretty strong runners, so they were passing me and beating me up the hill pretty badly. That's not unexpected. It's climbing on a bike on a steep hill. You go pretty slow. Fast walker, and definitely a runner will pass you. What was a little surprising, though, is I got to the top, and it starts to level off. It's still like an incline, but it's not bad. And at that point, I thought I'd be catching them, but they were moving really fast, and it actually took me a little bit to catch up with them and pass them, and because it took me so long to catch up, and I was kind of, the trail narrows, so the very top, there's a lot of open space, but then it goes into another trail which narrows quite a bit, and I wanted to pass them before we got onto that trail, since it'd be harder for me to pass them, especially since there are 2 of them running side by side. And so I tried to speed up just so I could pass them before we got onto that section of the next part of the trail. So I pass them, and then going through the normal trail. Thought by this point I'd be pretty long gone, because it's still uphill, but it's not It's not like terrible uphill. It's just kind of a probably 3% grade maybe. And on one section, one of the more challenging sections, my chain fell off. So that was a little unusual. It happens. But yeah. So anyway, I had to, move over and get the chain back on my bike. And then as I was working on the chain, I heard the two guys approaching because they were talking to each other while they're running. So those guys were moving really fast. They never quite caught me, but they were right on my tail. And then finally, on the next section of the trail, we went our different ways, and I did a kind of a circle back so I can go up the steep incline, and they took a different route, which causes our paths to intersect slightly, so we passed each other one last time. But yeah, they were moving really fast. Okay, Scruffy, I think it's about time. Want your food? And you're really into the pets tonight. Is that why you showed up early? You want pets? Not food? Nah, I'm sure you want your food. Okay. So let's see what else happened at the park. I was riding down one of the hills, and there was a squirrel that ran right out in front of me at the last minute. Right as I was passing by, it just ran right in front of my tire and almost killed itself. So, good thing for that squirrel, I tend to ride my brakes down the hills because I'm fairly cautious, and my brakes actually aren't that good. So I basically try to avoid picking up too much speed in case something like that, or a pedestrian or something somehow appears in front of my path, so I can evade them and not hurt anyone. But yeah, that squirrel was really stupid because it was basically he just darted right out, and right when I was right there. There was no time to react. Basically, if I had been going a little bit faster, he'd be roadkill. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's see what else. I didn't mention this the other day, but the park where I go running, there's a tree that about 1/4 of the tree was on like one section, one giant branch or trunk, and that branch / trunk basically sheared off the tree. Basically, I guess gravity. And the whole and 1/4 of the tree just collapsed off itself, and so you can see that the main trunk was like kind of split, where that part of the branch grew out. And there were no heavy winds recently. This just happened 2 days ago. I've been at the I think I've been at the park every day, so I think so I would have known when that happened. So anyway, a little disturbing. So at that park, it's a traditional park, so there's playgrounds and picnic areas and children playing and stuff. So a little concerning, but yeah, basically a big giant tree. Fourth of it just decides to fall. So there are people always around. So fortunately, it didn't seem to hit anyone. At least I don't think it did. I don't actually know when it fell. It could have been in the middle of the night. Not sure what's going on with all the trees around here. Most mine are dying. It's very drought. So let's see. I looked for Scruffy today. I caught a glimpse of him only briefly sleeping next to that potted plant. I didn't get any footage from the kitchen window. I can't see him from there, but I caught a very rough glimpse of his reflection. So I didn't see him sleeping on the chair. A couple days ago, I did see him on the chair. Didn't see him there yesterday. I mentioned what happened yesterday on yesterday's video. But yeah, 2 days ago I saw him sleeping on the chair, and then that was, I think, morning, and then in the afternoon he moved over to the deck. So he's just sleeping right on the deck next to the chair. So I usually don't see him sleeping there, but yeah, I think the past few weeks I've been seeing him sleeping there more often, like right under the kitchen window. So yeah, he stayed there, I think, most of that afternoon. So I was looking for him today in that same spot, but I didn't see him. So yeah, he, I think, avoided the chair in that spot. So I don't know. I don't know because it was warmer or just because he's constantly changing the spot. I think I poured in a little too much kibble tonight. I have a little measuring cup, but I try to pour in half of the Kirkland, and I try to pour in half of the Meow Mix. And so usually what happens is sometimes when I pour in the Meow Mix, it spills over. So I start with the Kirkland, and put the Meow Mix in, and it spills over. And so it gets a little bit extra. And then I mix in the wet cat food, and then the Diatomaceous Earth. So this will be the last of the Earth, I think, for a while. So there are no clear instructions, but the one that I'm following basically said give it to him for a month and then stop. And then I think it might be able to repeat in another month or so if you think he has worms. So I don't know if he's going to get worms or not. So I'm assuming he's still hunting, so in principle he can get it from the food he catches. But yeah, it's going to get hot, I bet, the next month, because that's when summer actually is going to start. And since the Diatomaceous Earth seems to really be dry, I might hold off on giving it to him too soon. And again, I'm surprised he didn't drink as much water as I thought he would today, since it was hot. So I've heard cats are actually pretty bad about drinking water. They get most of the moisture from their food, and they tend to under drink water, even if it's there. So if you feed them dry cat food, they won't drink enough water. This is according to what I've seen on YouTube and things I've read. And I think it gets worse for older cats like Scruffy. So it's probably good that the Diatomaceous Earth is ending now at the end of spring. So maybe we'll go for a while and see how he does. He's probably no worse than he was before. Hopefully he's a little better. So hopefully we've killed the worms. Allegedly. But he has. So there's a little bit more food under the big ball. So we just moved the small ball. I guess he found some food there too. He's eating a little slower tonight. So I thought he'd be really hungry since he showed up to the door an hour early. So I should have gone to my bike ride later in the day. I probably should have went an hour later, but I'd actually still be biking now. But I got home and so hey, he's at the door. So I had to prepare his food, and I actually prepared my soup a little bit early, so it's basically just ready to go to pop it into the microwave. I need to do the ice since I need to refill my water bottle from the bike ride, and then my normal water bottle I keep near my desk. So it took me a while to cycle through all the ice trays and all the extra thermoses that I've been putting in the refrigerator since I don't have any freezer space anymore because my freezer died. Let's lift the bowl now. Might be looking the ball now. Just move the ball. So he's trying to lick the ball a little bit. So yeah, he's usually kind of bad about licking the ball when it's the pate. So he's doing a better job tonight, I think. So I don't know, maybe that means he is hungry. He's weird. Okay, he's done. Yep, he ate it all. Lick the bowl. Yeah, you're kind of bad about licking the bowl. Interesting, he's going that direction now. Oh, he stopped. He's not leaving yet. He's going to groom himself, I think. So I'm going to take off the glove and zoom in. So I clicked on a cooking video on YouTube. Should have known better. Should have known it just make me hungry. So, and then now I'm getting recommendations all the time for more cooking videos. So let's see, one of the videos was chicken. A chicken dish. And yeah, now I'm craving chicken. Now that we're having a heat wave, I'm actually thinking I should take out my sun oven and bake some chicken or something, but try to hold off a few more days. Because yeah, I'm going to try to hold out for a more regular cheat day or cheat meal. Let's see, I saw, what else? Oh, yeah, I saw Gordon Ramsay doing, I think it was like Texan steak and eggs. Oh, that looked delicious. I could really go for a good steak. And then, let's see, I saw another one on homemade spaghetti. So the ones where you actually like make your own everything from scratch. So I've done that before. That's a lot of work. I don't really want to do that. But yeah, what they showed looked really good. And yeah, they were using some really fancy ingredients. Some really like nice cuts of meat. And a lot of care went into the making of the noodles handmade. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to make my own noodles again. It's too much work. And I know that I've been dieting, so carbs are one of the more difficult things to deal with on a diet. So I'm seeing a lot more medical things now about insulin and how the really highly processed carbs tend to spike your insulin levels. It's basically your body absorbs them really fast, and then they also go through your system really fast. So basically, in the end, yeah, they're kind of the worst thing for a diet. Because you get hungry very quickly again. So he's gonna go that way, huh? Okay, folks, I guess that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.